What's up, guys? Fado82 coming at you with some Rust building tips. We're going to take a look at water bases today. Before I get into it, I want to acknowledge that water bases are very controversial among the Rust community. Like rock bases, there are some people who think that water bases shouldn't exist, that they're somehow an abnormality or a game exploit. But the fact is, guys, they do exist. Right now, the building mechanics in the game allow you to build into the water, and until that changes, water bases are a perfectly viable option. And if you want to go ahead and invest the resources into building one, the time, energy, and resources, you can certainly go ahead and do so. It's a very intensive base to build in terms of resources and time, and it's also a very intensive one to raid. But it's a great way to protect your loot. So let's get right into it. What makes a water base successful? So first and foremost, you want to consider where your water base is going to be in terms of the water. You want to find water that's deep enough to support the base and that's not too shallow. So we'll take a look at the water here and we'll notice that there's a bit of a steep incline. This allows the auxiliary building cabinets, which house the tool cupboards, to be placed in water that's very deep and very hard to access. This extends out the building allowed and the building blocked radius, and that's something just like you'd have on land, but it makes it much more secure and much more difficult to get to when it's in the water. The other benefit, guys, is that by having the base in a deeper terrain, you can put your primary building cabinet inside the base, inside the core of the base. So you'll notice this base is honeycombed, and there's your primary building cabinet. Very hard to get to, and that's something that you always want to protect as much as you can. And in a water base, in my mind, it's really the best way to protect your primary building cabinet at this point in time. The particular builder of this base is Riot from the YPB crew on Rustopia. He's a master builder, the mad scientist of building, as we call him. And he has gone ahead and he's placed some auxiliary building cabinets on the beach as well. He's gone ahead and he's suspended them, which makes them not impossible to get to, but a little bit more difficult for folks to get to. So that's a good method as well. Now, Riot's logged off for the evening, and what he's gone ahead and done is he's removed the walkway to the base, which is made out of a twig tiles. So he's removed those so that someone can't just walk straight up to his door. Now, even if someone gets to his front door, and even if they were to get through it to C4 through it, they're going to go ahead and be met with tiles that have been removed in here. Typically, Riot would remove the other tiles as well, but for the purposes of the video, he's just removed these few for us to see, and we do have his permission to take a look at this base. But if someone were to get through the door, they're going to essentially fall into a watery grave here, which is very hard to get out of. So this, guys, is sort of the basics to a water base, and we're going to go ahead now and take a look at how one is constructed, and we're going to watch the master builder, the mad scientist himself, Riot, in action.